Okay, so first, why did Lauren want to write a book? Did she tell you?
Well, I think I really think someone just brought it up to her. And then I think she thought, well, I mean, she had never really thought about doing that before. And someone presented it to her. But the more she kind of tossed it around, and then I think Thomas Rhett's manager encouraged her possibly to do that. And she thought, well, maybe maybe God wants me to do this for a reason.
Yeah.
And that it I don't know, maybe she just wanted to share to help someone else, because I think, if you're on the outside looking in at their world,
yes.
Oh my goodness, it looks like it's just wonderful and dreamy. And I mean, and yes, that financially it is amazing, but I would not trade my simple life that's very calm and normal. I just, and if I were younger, maybe I could do that, but I don't see how they even keep up with everything. I really don't. It's so busy and very scheduled. And as you can imagine, a lot of people pull at them all the time for different things. But I say that to say also that you are in the spotlight like that. Maybe there's a reason that you're there. And if you are, then you can use it to God's glory in some way.
Yeah, for sure. And I actually, when I was kind of writing out a few questions, I wrote the word dreamy. It just seems like such a, their Instagram, it's so dreamy. But it was really neat how she shared what they've been through.
Right.
In the book, because it takes off your rosy glasses and like, okay, it's not as fun as it seems.
Oh, no. Yeah. It allows you, and I will say, like the first couple of years he was doing all this, it was to me, like I love to go, and I love music, and I love to be entertained, and I just always like to go and do. Yeah. But after I went so many times, like on the road with them, the first couple, well, not so much the first year, but the second and third maybe. I just thought, I don't know how. I mean, because it's the same thing all the time. It's the exact same thing. And granted, you better be on the road with people that you really like and enjoy, because that's your family.
Yeah.
And, and they did really Lauren loved getting to go at the beginning. But then I think that's when she kind of thought, well, what? Because she could see him fulfilling his dreams, and she loved that for him. But after a while, I think she thought, well, I'm not helping anyone here, and I want to be here for him, but I think that I'm probably need to be looking elsewhere where to fulfill my, I guess what she thought God was calling her to do.
Yeah. And that's hard for any mom, really, because I have 4 kids, and when they were all little, I just remember my husband's a preacher, just like he's so busy, and it's not the same level as them, obviously, but all these things to do. What am I supposed to do besides sit here and like baby spit up? And it's hard. So I can imagine following a country superstar would magnify that.
Yeah, probably so. But, everything has worked out wonderfully, and I'm sure how it was supposed to. But and Thomas Rhett, I will say, I was there today. Well, I was there yesterday. I spent the night with him. And I mean, he gets up. He was up. I thought I would be the first one up this morning. He was up at, I think, probably like 5:45. And he was like ready to go. He was downstairs having his coffee, had his Bible open, and then it was getting ready to make lunches for the kids because they had their little school today. And so it was just, I thought, that, and he does have more time on his hands right now, but even when he's, on tour all the time, if he's home, he's really, really good about helping out on things like that. And to me as a mom, that goes a really long way. Making the lunches and cooking breakfast too. Yeah. So Lauren was Lauren was doing the baby and getting the girls up upstairs, and he was just down there getting stuff together, lunches, cooking, and I thought, that's amazing. I loved watching him do those types of things, and I don't think she even asked him to do it. I think he just did.
Yeah. And that's great for any husband.
Exactly.
Especially if he is taking the time with probably all of the obligations and Right. Okay, so I just finished her book and I loved it. I didn't know a lot about them. I mean, I've heard his music and I knew who she was. And I'll have to tell you really quick, I'm Laura Akins.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, when I guess they were getting more, well, she was getting more Instagram followers, I got all kinds of random people asking to follow me. And I was like, what? And I think they thought, like a quick search, like, oh, this is the one. And I would just deny them because I didn't know who they were. So I'm sure they were looking for her.
Is that so funny?
Yes. So anyway.
Well, I almost sent you a message today because now you're in my phone as Laura Akins. And I was like, Lauren's not in my phone as Lauren Akins. And then I was like, oh, it's Laura. It's Laura. So I might do that occasionally. Sorry, ahead of time.
Okay. Paige said y'all call her Laura sometimes, and it bothers her.
Oh, well, people before, I mean, and still sometimes people do. It's kind of like a joke because she's like, it's Lauren with an N.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't care. But it's just kind of funny because she'll even tell people, and usually she doesn't even say anything. But if they like are typing it out and it's Laura, she's like, I'm sorry, but it's Lauren. So, but not to be mean at all.
Yeah. Well, and that's her name. You want to get it right. So.